Okay, it is the half-year update. What? How is 2022 more than half over? Let's do a check-in on our goals. Like, where are you guys in your goals? Are you half done? I'm laughing because I do not think I'm half done with my goals. So, recap. Do you remember what I said I was gonna do in January when I put out the video? I was gonna get my office organized, and I'm happy to say I did sort through all those piles you saw. Remember those piles? Let's give you a reminder. I have piles of paperwork here. I have piles of paperwork here. I've got piles of paperwork here, boxes of paperwork here. I've got to organize. This is sort of, kind of, this is organized for me, but I've got to, I've got piles to file. I've got stuff to go through here, stuff to go through here, piles to go through here. I've got all of these to sort through, all of these to sort through, all of these to sort through, to go through everything. I've got all these things to go through there, at least kind of sort of by categories. Industry, taxes, Timothy stuff, to do, poetry, agents, PR books. I don't know what's in here. I think this is all like writing projects. Okay, lots of writing projects. But wait, there's more. I've got bins of, I've got stuff to shred. This is, you can see how disorganized I am. Piles of papers to go through. Oh, well, that one's done. Piles of papers, piles of papers. They're not even like labeled with what's actually in there. And then, look at my messy desk. So this is like my to-do pile. I can't even fit anymore in the pile, so there's a pile on top of the piles. And then I have drawers. Drawers of piles of stuff that seemed important to me at the time. That's why I kept it all, because I eventually need to do stuff with all these piles. Like some of them I've kind of categorized and tried to do stuff with. I mean, some of this stuff is so full and thick, I can't even fit the drawer. I can't even fit the drawer back in. So why do I save all this stuff? Oh, these are all photos. I gotta scan these in, tons of photos. Yeah, those piles. They have all been sorted through. It's miraculous. Now, I haven't executed. I haven't put everything where it's supposed to be, but I now have, you used to see a filing system here, or it used to be a TV here, but now it's everything. I know where everything is now. So that's really cool because everything is labeled. So when I need a paper, I'm not searching through 20 piles trying to find the paper, because I've got the medical, I've got the personal, I've got the financial, I've got the business, I've got the courses, I've got the marketing, I've got the poetry, I've got papers for appointments. Everything is labeled. So even though it's not executed, all the piles have been gone through. Everything has its own slot. So success on goal number 1. Goal number 2 was to write Timothy's memoir of the 118 days he was in the NICU. What I went through with his premature birth and all that. Here's just, this is when he got out of the hospital, but there's, you know, lots of, this is one of the tests he had to go through, one of those machines where he had to lay still. I don't remember what they're called. Yeah, he was on oxygen for a long period of time. That's Timothy and his doggy Clifford. I have not even begun. Not even begun that goal. Goal number 2, not started. Goal number 3 I said I had for this year was to get the Timothy documentary started as far as editing, get that edited. We actually filmed this documentary before Eli was born. I feel like that's like 2022. We need to finish this Timothy documentary because who knows who it's going to be a blessing to? Who knows who it's going to help and who it's going to inspire, that no matter what circumstances they're going through, that they will still continue to follow their dreams. I have not begun. I have not begun. I did find some videos for it and some different interviews. I'm hoping to meet with the director of that in July. This month, I'm hoping to meet with him and figure out what the next steps are, but not even started on that. Okay, what I told you the 4th goal was to launch You Are Worthy Level 1 online course. Do a full-on launch with like marketing campaign, advertising, paid ads for my online course, You Are Worthy. This year I did just like a soft launch is what they call it, when you just do it to a few people to your email list, and I only put out level 1. Now, I would say this goal is met. It didn't get met the way I said it was gonna get met. I said I was gonna launch it in February, but it wasn't done being edited in February. I said I was gonna launch it with like full on marketing and advertising, like buying ads. Okay, that didn't happen. I ended up launching it in May. I did market it on my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram page, but I did not get a budget for buying ads and things like that. So I did launch it. So I'm gonna say that goal is done, even though I didn't do it exactly the way I did it. And that's okay. Sometimes you guys are gonna find that you don't do everything you had thought around a certain goal, but the fact that I did it and put it out there, you know, done beats perfect. That's what Nick and Megan Unsworth always say. You get something out there, it's done, it can help people. Better to have something out there that's not perfect than nothing out there at all. So I said my 5th goal was going to be launching level 2 of my online course. Not only have I not begun that, pray for me, y'all, because there's footage missing and I have to be able to find it. I told you about the fiasco I had before with my hard drives falling to the ground and crashing and losing a bunch of footage. I had a hard drive catastrophe and I dropped my hard drives and they weren't able to recover thousands of files. Well, I am missing footage from at least 2 full lessons. And I'm praying that I can find it, that it shows up somewhere on some hard drive, but I do not think I will be launching level 2 this year. I'm sorry. Maybe it would take a miracle. It would take a miracle. I know some of you guys are waiting for it. I know some of you guys have pre-ordered it and are waiting. It would be a miracle if it happened. If it did happen, it would probably be more like December. But my focus has shifted a little bit and I'm gonna teach you guys how to know which priorities to go after first when you're putting your goals together. So if you've got a bunch of goals, like I always do, there's ways to determine what is going to be the next best thing. So the 6th thing I said I wanted for this year, the 6th goal is to pay off my car. I do not like having car payments. These car payments are ridiculous and expensive. That has not happened yet. Praise God, I've been able to make all the car payments on time, even though it's an extra $700 out of my budget each month. We've been able to do it somehow, some miraculous way. So those were the 6 goals that I had. Organizing the hard drives too, maybe that would make it 7. So I've got 2 of them done, right? I sorted everything and then I did launch You Are Worthy Level 1. I am adding some new goals as well as taking away some of the goals. I'm gonna take off my plate level 2 as far as a big marketing pitch, putting that forward. I'm thinking level 2 is gonna have to be next year of the You Are Worthy course. Sorry guys, but I just don't see how I'm gonna do it. Also, I have a new goal. I plan on losing 20 pounds. I know people usually set those goals in January. I didn't. I'm setting it at the half-year mark. So yeah, so that would be only, then I would only have to lose like 5 pounds every month and a half. Yeah, so it shouldn't be impossible, but I have a couple friends who, Shantae and Giovanna, we made a pact. We went to the book convention together. We made a pact that we were gonna be accountable to each other to exercise every day for 30 minutes, have 30 minutes of quiet time with God every day, and write. We're all working on books. Write 90 minutes to 2 hours a day. So if I stay accountable to that, not only will I get the next book written, which I'm about to tell you guys about, I'm adding a goal. Oh my gosh, I'm adding another goal. But I'll also be closer to God, sticking to that quiet time every day, and the exercise will help me trim down, get back into my clothes that I was wearing a couple years ago before COVID, before the quarantine 15, right? So I'm going to add another goal. Oh my gosh, I'm going to write another book this year. Now, it's not gonna be starting from scratch, but over this last week, I've had so many teens and preteens come up to me, finding me both in Texas and in California, wanting to take pictures with me, and they would see me and their face would just light up and they'd be so excited. And I realized, you know, I need to do a book for them on worthiness. And I need to give, so this is a special announcement. I am going to be writing You Are Worthy for teens. So the goal is that I will launch You Are Worthy, the book. I launched the course in May. Just a second, can you ask Timmy or Anna for help? Because I'm in the middle of recording a video. Please. Okay, we're gonna interrupt this. We're gonna interrupt this to go help Eli. Okay, let's go see. What you need, babe? What you need? You're walking kind of kooky. You're walking kind of kooky. Oh, he wanted a cookie. Woo, cookie. There, take. Come on. You wanna say hi, Timmy? Hi. Okay, so I am launching the book You Are Worthy. For those of you who could not afford the course, the book is coming out. It's going to teach a lot of the lessons that were in the course. It's not going to be as deep, as extensive, or as entertaining, but it's a really, really good book. I've already gotten some great quotes on it. People are loving it. They're telling me it's life-changing, and it's just going to help so many people. So You Are Worthy, launching August 17th. I want you guys to support me on that, to go on Kindle and spend just 99 cents. I'm going to mark it all the way down to 99 cents for the Kindle edition, so you can get it for a limited time, maybe just that one day, so everyone can go out and get it that day, because I'm launching the bestseller. The goal is then in October to put out You Are Worthy for teens, to delve more into the stuff that teens deal with when it comes to self-worth, self-esteem, and worthiness. So I may be interviewing some of you teens who follow me to find out what your specific struggles are. Of course, I'll talk about the ones I had when I was a teen, but things maybe have changed since I was a teen. Things are different now. We did not have social media when I was a teen. Can you imagine? Yes, that tells you, we go way back. So I've also decided, see, I'm like, only got 2 out of my 6 goals done, and now I'm adding a book. So that's number 8. That's the 8th thing. If I count the hard drive as organizing the hard drive as 7. And I want to record the audiobook. I've already had people asking me. There's people who, you know, don't have time to read books and they only listen to audiobooks. I've got to record the audiobook. Good news, I'm going to still keep up my YouTube channel. I'm going to still keep up the 3 videos a week plus the live stream. And I have hired an extra virtual assistant to help me make that happen, because it's a lot of work, guys. So was that 9? Okay, I'm adding a 10th goal. Why the heck am I adding a 10th goal when I've only gotten 2 out of the 6 done? I want to start a coaching program for teens and their parents, to specifically teach the curriculum in my You Are Worthy course and book, so that they can have, Eli's just rolling around on the chair in here, so that they can have how to, did you roll over your foot? Yeah, I think he rolled over his foot with a chair, so that the teens, so they don't have to go through what I went through. Whoa, you're not grabbing that. That they can become, you know, not get stopped by the things that stopped me in high school, but have tools to deal with it and not get sucked in to the teen drama, the comparison, the hating yourself and your body, thinking you're not good enough, you know, and not just the physical body, other things, you know, your level of smarts, whether you have money or not. So teen coaching program, that's going to lead into some of my goals for next year, but I don't want to speak about that yet, because that's a lot. Okay, so I said I would teach you guys how to know, like, how to break down your goals and what to go for. So I had like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is sitting on the front of my desk. She talked to God daily, and that is what made, what made her lovely? That's what made her lovely. So this is sitting on the front of my desk where people can see it. But on the back side, I have my goals written down for the year, a confession I say about myself, and what my goal of the month was, which is the book. And anyway, there's a script I'm working on. Oh my gosh, that makes 10. So I also decided, I didn't tell you guys this in January, because I just decided I'm going to be directing a music video for the song You Are Worthy. Woohoo! I wrote a 5-page script. I've got actors cast. I'm working on an investor packet to get an investor to you know, executive produce this. So I am going to be directing a music video. So I guess that's 10 goals. So it's gonna take an act of God and me working my buns off many extra hours a day to make all of that happen. Man, I'm gonna make it happen. So how do you guys pick which goals you're gonna work on for the year? Do you pick it by what excites you? Do you pick it by what people have been asking you to do? Do you pick your goals? Got a little monster in here. Do you pick your goals by what other people have said for you to do? Do you go by like what you're most excited about? Do you go by, okay, this is the easiest thing to get done? Or, you know, if you're like me and you're like a big picture person, you have all these ideas, like I could tell you what the next like 5, 6, 7 books are I want to write. It's just finding the time to do it. So one thing you can do, and this was taught to me this weekend at the book convention, it's called the 12-3-1 method. So I literally have probably 200 ideas. My to-do list for 2022 is, I think it's like 19 pages long. So how do you know what to work on next? So you read through all of your goals, you read through all of your to-do lists, you get it all done, and you write down what's the top 12. What are the top 12 things that you think these are the ones that are gonna make the biggest difference? These are the needle movers. These are the ones that I should be doing. So you take those 12, and then from those 12, you narrow it down to 3. Out of those 12, what do you think are the 3 most important goals? Like if you did these, it would make a difference. Like what are the needle movers? What 3 things are the 3 things that you think if I did nothing else this year, right? We've got less than 6 months left. If I did nothing else this year, if I did these 3 things, this would make a difference. This would put me over. This would give me the push I need to make things happen. Then you take those 3 and you narrow it down to 1. What is the next most important big thing that you need to do in order for everything to stem from it? Everything else that you want to do might be tied to it, or it might be a bouncing off point. So for example, when I did this, I realized the You Are Worthy book has to be my #1. That's why it's the only goal I have written for the month. I used to write, like, I'd have 5 goals in a month. It's the one goal for the month because everything kind of spins off of it. So if I have the You Are Worthy book done, from that, I can create the You Are Worthy for Teens book. From that, I can create the curriculum. I can create the workbook. From that book being done, I can create speeches that I want to do and I want to go out. One of the things I want to do when the teen book gets done is contact the schools and start speaking in the schools, in private schools and Christian schools. So if you know any schools that need to learn about worthiness, you have them call me. You have them email me, look me up. So I want to start speaking. I also want to create the coaching program for teens. So do you see how all these goals are tied to me getting the book done? So I could easily say, oh, I want to do the hard drive, or I want to do whatever these other goals are. I want to write the memoir, but that would open up a whole nother set of things. So I'm going to do these certain things first, and you see how everything stems from it. So when you look at your goals, what do you see when you do the 12 main ones, then you narrow it down to 3, then you say, what is this one that everything stems from? So like we know Angela, the moderator, she's working on, she wants to put an album out, right? But so what do you have to do that? Well, you have to have the songs written first, right? So that out of the 12 things you might need to do to create an album, finishing the songs would be first. You know, you write the songs and you write the melodies, then you practice them, then you find somebody to record it, then you find a place, you know, where do you put them up online? How do you monetize them? What sites can they go up on? Spotify, iTunes, you know, there's all these steps that go around it, but you can't do any of the steps until you do the writing of it. So whatever your goal is, you may have 12 things it takes to make it happen, but which one is the one everything springs out of and stems from? What is the center of, like, the spoke, you know, spokes in a tire? What is the centerpiece holding it all together? And from that stems the You know, maybe once your album is done, you look for placements in movies, you look for placements in commercials, but you have to do that one thing. So what is your one thing? You've narrowed it down to 12, you've narrowed it down to 3, but what is the one thing that no matter what else you do, you have to do this, or all these things won't come out of it? So that's what I want to get you guys familiar with. There is more than 5 months left of this year. How can you grab hold of something that's important to you, goals that you've had? How can you rein them in to make them happen? What is the number one priority? Maybe you have to put some things aside, like it's just not physically possible for me to launch level 2 of my course this year. It's gonna have to be next year. Hopefully it'll be early in the year, like January or February, but you know, there's a lot of moving factors on finding the footage. Pray for me to find that footage, and getting the editors to have it all edited. And you know, it takes a team, it takes a village. Anybody who's accomplishing great things, like you see Darman, he's opening up his 3rd studio and putting out 5 videos a week. He can't do that by himself. He has over 100 employees to make his dream happen. So, you know, there's that growth. Some of you guys are like I was for my first 15, 18 years. I didn't have the budget for an assistant. So, you know, once you can get people to help you, you know, take some pressure off. And I have a video about this, guys, how you can barter and trade with other people, that they can help you with certain things and you can help them with certain things if you don't have a budget for an assistant. But enlist some help. Get around people who are excited about their dreams. Don't be hanging around people who have no goals and just want to hang out or just want to like watch YouTube or watch videos. You guys have one life. What are you going to accomplish with that one life? What are you going to leave behind? What is your legacy going to be? Some of you maybe teenagers aren't thinking about that, but it's important. You can't just waste your life away watching what other people are doing. You need to make an impact and a dent yourself. We don't know how long we have to live. So let's make the best of it. And you know, in December, let's meet up again. Let's talk about what you guys did, and well, I'll let you know what I've accomplished, but leave in the comments what you're gonna do with the rest of 2022. What dreams are you gonna resurrect? What are you gonna get started on? You know, take your 12 and narrow it down to 3. Tell me what the 1 is. Tell me what the 3 is. What are you gonna work on next? Where do you need help? And you know, let's be accountable. Let's support each other. Let's help each other reach our goals, because if you've got a goal that's gonna help others, that goes to the hearts of mankind, you're selfish to sit on it. You're selfish not to share it. You know, some people may make you think, oh, you're just so selfish. All you think about is your goals. But if your goals pierce through the hearts of mankind and help get others free, like, yes, I've been eating, sleeping, and breathing my You Are Worthy course for like 4 years, but I've seen the impact it's had on people. I've seen how it's set others free from this prison that they have felt trapped in. So it's your duty. If God gave you a blessing, a gift, a message, getting it out there, if it's gonna help people, then it's worth your time. It's worth your concentration. And it's actually, they may say you're selfish for working on it so hard, but you're actually more selfish if you don't work on it, if you don't finish it, if you don't launch it, because your program, your course, your book, your song, your painting, your coaching skills, your babysitting skills may be the thing that somebody needs to set them free, to help them, to give them, you know, inspiration. So I gotta go see what's going on. Don't let the haters stop you. Keep going, go for your goals, and let me know what you're gonna accomplish. Take care. Hey, it's Katherine. Thank you for sticking around till the end to watch my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, leave me some comments. I would love to hear from you guys, what's going on with you. And there's a little bell button you can click on too, so you're always alerted when I upload a new video. Thank you for being part of my community. See you guys in the next video.